Steph from Aussie Maille here again for our Saturday night live session. I understand though that some of you guys have been here for a little while. Really sorry about the confusion with the time. For some reason, YouTube thought we were in Lord Howe Island today, which would be lovely. Really wish we were, but we're not. We're still here in the Blue Mountains, so sorry for that confusion, guys. But it's all good. We're here. Next week we can be in New Zealand. Yeah. Sure, Daryl, are you going to put us up? Not a problem. We'll hop on a boat. Hey, Diane and Jane and Bonnie. How you going, love? Rosalind. Hey, Shirley. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Dawn. How are you? Hi, Linda and Linda. Kim and Leanne. How are you guys? Hi, Lisa. How's it going? I hear you've already hit the coffee. Or I read you already hit the coffee. Hey, Jenny. All right, fantastic. Well, hopefully we've all had a good week and everything's going along swimming for everybody. We finally got everything out. Hey, Dina. Hey, Anthena. Rodney? Deep Diver is Rodney, I think. Okay. We finally got everything out from the Easter sale. You kept us busy like rabbits. Thanks very much, guys. Maybe sometime next week we'll get to have our Easter break. What do you reckon, babe? We'll go visit Daryl for our Easter break. Yes, thanks, Bonnie. We decided I ate something that perhaps was a bit off, and I ended up a bit worse for wear from it. But it's all right. I got better, and I've eaten all my chocolate, and life's good. And before anybody asks, no, there was no Turkish delights in my chocolate. You said healthier this week? Not sure what Dawn's comments said.
You look healthier.
Maybe I look healthier?
She was in grandma again. So.
I did look a bit rough last week, rougher than usual anyway. Love the pics of the cave. Yeah, the cave and the cave troll. Did you all see the cave troll? The really sad thing was that was my second attempt at taking a video. I didn't realise I wasn't actually recording the first time, which was a shame because Chris was actually singing the first time that I did it. But I wasn't recording it. So you missed out. Maybe next time I'll catch him singing and maybe dancing. Oh, then I could have Easter again then, Leanne. I'll just pretend I'm Orthodox. You're in the middle of moving and hiding in a corner. Oh, good grief. All right. There's a big camper in the driveway, Daryl. Brilliant, brilliant. Supposed to be seen. Oh, Dawn, step away from the keyboard. Yeah, the singing, Kim. Yes, absolutely. Actually, Linda has seen Chris dancing, if she can remember. The video I showed of Chris doing one of those with Kira when she was up here for our when she was up here for our first MailCon, or down here for our first MailCon, and I showed her a video of Chris dancing with Kira to one of the PlayStation dance games, whichever one it was. So Linda has seen him dancing. Kept us in stitches all night. All right, guys, we better get to this, I suppose, since this is what you came along for. All right, so before I start, though, big apologies to everybody in the Mail Club with the stuff-ups this month. I really don't know where my head was. It was a bit of a mess. We will get those extra rings out to you guys next month, but there's enough there for you to do, a little bit. Get the idea, unless you've got some on hand, and then you can whip it up. All right, I'll swap this over. Hey, Scott. I'll swap this over. You remember, Linda? It was brilliant, wasn't it? I don't think I've got that video anymore. I think I've lost it in the various phone.
Shame.
Oh, There's always you sleeping with the Rudolph
that's true.
thing on your head. I can always share that one. All right, I'll swap this over to the other camera, guys, and we'll make a start on this. All right, so we've got 2 bracelets in this month's kits based on the Olivia weave. So I'm just going to show you the basic Olivia weave, and then I'll quickly show you the variant, but I won't show you how to do the complete variant. Now, the variant, I don't know if it has a name. I couldn't find a name for it. I decided to name it Olondo because it looked a little like Rondo, but it used Olivia instead of Byzantine, so I called it Olondo. If you happen to know what the real name of it is, let me know. Anyway, so here's a couple of sample pieces for you guys, and I just realized I haven't called up in front of me the information on the sizes, so I will quickly do that because I don't remember them all off by hand. We had a house full of yelling, screaming, giggling 16-year-olds about half an hour before this went live, so we're a bit kerfuffled. All right, there we go. All right, so this is a 20 gauge version, 20 gauge AWG, which is 0.8 millimeter wire diameter. The rings on the inside, the BA rings, are 4.75 millimeters, and the rings on the outside are, well, I actually use 7/64ths to get the AA version, but 2.75 is what you can use as well. I just want to make one comment here. I found the 20 gauge version to be the most fiddliest in both of the variations. I don't know if we can see it enough with this camera. I use up bits and pieces of bags basically to make these with, and there were 2 different batches of reds used. Can you see the different shapes? We've got this here, and this one here is more spread out. This one actually has the 2 rings on the inside. I couldn't get the 2 rings to join them with these ones. And I also struggled with the BA versions of it. So sometimes you can get the 2.75 to double up in here nicely, or the 7/64ths, and sometimes it just doesn't work. So if you are finding it too tight, I mean, as you can see, the 1 ring there holds it brilliantly. So, you know, don't be worried if you can't get that in with the 2.75. The others I didn't have the problem with, but for some reason that one proves to be really tricky. Okay, so the 18 gauge version, 6 mil for the inside diameter, and these are 9/64ths, or if you're using metric, 3.5 millimeter will do that. 16 gauge, 7 mils on the inside and 4.25 mils on the outside. 14 gauge, these are actually 3/8 of an inch, or you could use 9.5 mil. And 5.5 is the millimeter ID on the BA rings. Okay, so that's for the Olivia. The other weave uses the exact same ring sizes, so that all works brilliantly. So what you use here, you can use with the Olondo. All right, now just to show you this one, if you wanted to, in the 16 gauge, use coloured rings on the outside, this is actually 5/32, 3.97 mils. Again, it's tighter, so I don't have to put 2 rings in here, but you can use this if you wanted colour with the 16 gauge version. All right, so just making a quick start. You need to just make up some simple Byzantine units. So taking your large ring, pop on 4 if you've got them pre-closed rings, but if you haven't got them pre-closed, close them up now. Put on 4 there, close your big ring up, and we're going to double that ring. So Olivia is basically a Byzantine variant. So as in Byzantine, you usually double all your rings up. Okay, so you've got a unit that looks like that at the moment. So basically what we want it to end up looking like is this one here that I've prepared earlier. So we're just going to put a half Byzantine unit coming off each of these pair of rings. So taking one of your small rings, put it through one of the pairs of rings, close it up, and because it's Byzantine, we place another ring in the same position. Okay, and then we want to flip back the two end rings. Now it is a little fiddly. They might slip out of position. Just persevere with it. Flipping back the two rings, separating these ones out, and then slipping in and picking up the two folded back rings. So it's just a half Byzantine. That's all we want to do. Okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side with the other pair of rings that we added. So again, go through the pair, add a second ring, okay, fold those two rings back, with another small ring, feed it through the two folded back rings, close it up, and repeat with a second ring. Okay, so that's just the basic unit. You need to make up, obviously, as many as you need to make your length that you need your bracelet to be. You can do that as you go along, obviously. You know, I'd suggest making 3 or 4 to start with, and then just adding them extra as you need them. So I'll just make up this other unit, doubling up the big rings, separating them into pairs. Oops, I grabbed the wrong size. Okay. Feeding it through one of the pairs of rings. Repeating that. Okay, then folding these rings back a little bit. What is that noise? Baby? Feed a ring through there. Sorry guys, there was a weird sound going on outside. And add a second. Okay, do that to the other side. Okay, nearly done. Both of these variants use a lot of rings. The Olondo uses a buttload of rings. So there is a lot of opening and closing in your future. But I was nice with you with the Olondo. I made it 16 gauge, so not the 20 gauge because I figured you'd all hunt me down and kill me. Alright, so we've got all our Byzantine units made up, and then all we want to do now is join these together. So if you've done the Byzantine squares with us, the Byzantine diamonds, squares, exactly the same process. So taking up one of your units, and you want to feed your new ring through the 2 rings here on the side, on one side. So just go through both those rings like that, and then taking up your next unit, feeding it through similar rings on that unit, and closing it up. Now it's up to you whether you duplicate this ring now or you do it later to tighten it up. It's up to you which way you do it. So we flip our work over and we do exactly the same on the other end. Now I know that this works fine with these rings being duplicated, so I'm going to do that now so it tightens it up a little bit. So just doubling up those joining rings. Yep, this one. Make sure you get both the wings. Okay. And you just continue that, doing that all the way down the length of your bracelet, adding new units as you go along. That is basically the Olivia weave. Now I've chosen to go with a slightly bigger ring in the middle. There is no reason why you can't use the same ring size for the whole of your unit. I will give you a look at what that looks like. So like Byzantine, you can have a bit of fun with Olivia. You can do a few different things with it, create different effects. So if you were to do it all with the same, that's using all the same ring size, no big ring in the middle like this one is. So you can see it gives it quite a different look. You can also just do half strand. You don't have to do a full Byzantine unit. This one here is just using a half Byzantine unit, and I alternated it when I connected them. So it gives it sort of a zigzaggy. This one I think I would like to do in the 5/32. I want to see what it looks like when it's a little bit tighter. But that's quite nice. So that's a couple of ideas for using Olivia a little bit differently. Colour variations, I tried to stick with sizes that you could do different colours with so that you could have a bit of fun with that. Alright, so is everybody happy with that? Do you need me to explain anything else, or was there a step that anybody missed that wasn't clear? The zigzaggy one, Linda, is that what you're talking about? You can make that just so that it goes one way, so that it's not zigzaggy. That would certainly make a really good charm bracelet. I'm thinking necklace, maybe some beads and things hanging off for a necklace. Like I said, look, it is a Byzantine variant, and you know how versatile Byzantine is, and Olivia is very much the same. So is everybody fine? You need to watch again, Jane. Hope you like it. No. Very nice, Shirley. Okay. I'll just finish joining these. So as I said, mix it up with colours, sizes, anything that works for Byzantine should work for this. I haven't tried 3/16. I don't know what that looks like, whether you'd have to add a whole lot of extra rings in there or not, but it would be something fun. Okay. So that's the basic Olivia. Looks good. Everybody's happy with it. Yeah, I'm a bit worried, Michelle, whether I've bored everybody to sleep or they're busy watching or what it is. I'm a bit concerned. All right, so this is the Olondo, or what I'm calling the Olondo version. I mean, I've chosen not to demonstrate either of these weaves in 14 gauge. Olivia's not too bad in 14 gauge to do. This one in 14 gauge was, you know, a real pain in the rear end. So I'm definitely not demonstrating this in 14 gauge. But again, these all use the same sizes as Olivia. So 14 gauge is 9.5 and 5.5. 16 gauge was 7 and 4.25. This is the one that went out with the Maille Club subscribers. 18 gauge is 6 and 3.5. And the 20 gauge version is 4.75 and 2.75. Now, I persevered with this one and doubled up all the joining rings, and it created quite a weird effect. It's very bendy, almost holds the shape that you bend it into. Oh, I like that. Look at that. It took a lot of work. It took me a very long time to get that second joining ring in, and I did mark up quite a few rings. So if you're a bit of a masochist and you want to do that, it does create an absolutely lovely bracelet, but it does take a little bit of finessing, at least at the 2.75s, to get that in. So as you can see, the others are really quite bendy. Oops, really quite bendy. This one, it's not so much stiff. It's just, yeah.
It's like a slap bracelet.
It's like, yeah, Chris was using it as a slap bracelet the other day. But yeah, so that's the effect. All right, I'll just give you a quick demonstration on how to do this one. Starts with helm. I'm not going to show you how to do helm. We've got plenty of videos and tutorials and things available with helm. But basically it starts with a piece of helm, the length that you need the bracelet to be. And we want to add the half Byzantine or the Olivia bits on each of the single rings. So the rings that go around our small inner rings here, they're the rings that we want to add the half Byzantines to. So you can see I've done it on this side here. Oh, I used a lot of naughty words and I stayed up very, very late, Daryl. I was up for absolutely ages putting all those tiny, tiny rings in because it was a lot of work. But like I said, it's actually beautiful, but it's a lot of work. All right, so put 2 rings through that single large ring in the helm. Yeah, I think I got in trouble for talking to myself so much that day, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
I spoke to myself a lot that day. All right, so 2 rings through there. Another 2 rings because it's Byzantine. We put another 2 rings through that pair that we just placed on the large ring. Okay, once we've got those 2 pairs in place, we fold the end one back, open it up so we can slip in another ring to capture the rings that we folded back. So just straight in through like that, double up that ring. Okay, and that's that. So you need to do that down both sides of your bracelet, or you could do one side first and join them all up and do the other side. Completely up to you, whatever floats your boat. So I'll just do that again. So off that small, off the single ring that encircles the 2 small rings in the helm, put 2 of your small rings. Then through those rings, put 2 more rings. Okay. And then we fold them back. Separate the end ones. Slip a ring in to pick them up. And repeat with a second. Okay. And then once you've done that, all the way down one side, or you've got a half a dozen of them, or whatever it is you're doing, you need to go back and join the half Byzantine units together, just like you did with the Olivia and with Byzantine diamonds. So I like to go to the second one in the piece, pick up the 2 inner wings, go to the first one, pick up the 2 inner wings, close it up. Again, if you're not sure that you're going to be able to double your rings up, don't do it now and leave it to the end to see whether the piece needs to be tightened or not. I happen to know that this works fine with the 2, so I'm going to go in and double it up. And then you just do the same on the other side. Join the 2 halves. Add a second ring. And Bob's your uncle. So you just keep doing that for the length of your bracelet, and you'll end up with a sexy piece that looks like that. So I haven't actually tested the Olondo with the AA rings, but I see no reason why they won't work. But I'm thinking, you know, putting some AA in here and in here, different sections, an ombre effect. You could come up with a lot of different variations just by using colour with those. This one I really like. I really, really like this one. Might end up making a bracelet to keep for myself with this one. But definitely not in the 14 gauge. I do warn you, the 14 gauge is difficult to close those rings nicely. I swore at that one a bit too. I have no idea what that means, Michelle. Oh, okay, cool. Because I'm like, oh, no, I'm not cool enough to understand what that's short for.
There are emojis lost in translation.
All right. Yeah, we just had one of our cats in here trying to get Chris's attention too. He threw something off the desk in a temper tantrum. All right, so is everybody very cool with that? Hopefully everybody's okay.
Very attentive audience tonight.
Very attentive audience. Speaking Welsh. Very cool. All right. Well, hopefully everybody is good with that. Having a bit of fun with it. I'd love to see what you guys do with it. I intend to do a little bit more work with it myself because it's such a nice looking weave. And have a bit of play with the different variations of the Olivia. See what we can come up with. All right. Got to stop nodding. Yeah, I can't actually see you, Dawn. Regardless of what I tell my children, I don't actually see and know everything.
Jane's getting there. Nice one, Jane.
Yep. Best way to do it, Jane. Slowly, make sure you getting it right so you don't have to undo it and start again, because that's not much fun. Cool bananas. All right, well, I'm glad everybody enjoyed that. Next week. Oh, that's all right, Scott. It's all right. That's what pause and rewind's for. You have to have some bubbly, Silver? Is that what that means? I have a picture in the album of the selection I did. Okay, I'll have to have a look. I haven't had a. Does anyone else want to without dropping rings everywhere? You're welcome, Annette. And Sarah, you're very well. I'm glad you enjoyed them. All right, so next week is a kit that an established kit. I was thinking of doing one of the December ones that we still haven't put up on video yet. So I was thinking the I think it's the Half Persian 3-in-1 Spine. I can't remember if that was the correct name. But that's the one I'm thinking of doing next week. But I'll put that up on Monday in the event. And hopefully now that we've worked out what was going on with the 6:30 start business, that won't happen next week.
Yep. And the pixelating.
Yeah. Well, it looked fine on OBS, so I have no idea what it looked like for you guys. Oh, all right. Well, I think that's it, guys. I don't think we've got anything much else to talk about. For those that want to become Mail Club members, we've opened that up again for May's subscription kits.
It's our first year anniversary.
It is too.
Ooh.
May is our first year anniversary. Yes. Can't believe it's been 12 months. Can't believe you guys have stuck with me for 12 months. Natalie, you'll be very pleased to see that I've got that joining video coming out. That'll be on Tuesday. It should have been this week, but with the sale and being sick and Easter and everything, I didn't get around to putting the video up this week. So next week that will be up for you. Yeah, happy anniversary to us. Absolutely. Next month. All right, guys. Well, I don't think I've got anything else.
I think we covered everything.
No.
Hope everyone enjoy their parcels and making all their stuff.
Yeah, most people should be starting to get their Easter parcels by now, and those that bought for their quilt squares or rectangles or whatever they turn out to be. Hopefully you're making a start. We will get restocking. We haven't had a chance to put any orders in for restock yet, but we'll do that over the weekend, which means we should have either sort of by the end of the week or early next week restock in. All right, lovely peoples, thank you very much for coming along and joining us. I'm going to go and have some dinner. Thanks for popping in, Lisa. Really good to see you again. Thanks, Michelle. Yep, we're out of here. We're having pizza tonight for dinner. It was like Christmas on Friday. Oh, very good. Hey, Owen, I can see you. Love you too, mate. All right, Bonnie, thanks very much. I'll see you all. See you, Deb and Scott. Kerry, thank you. Thanks very much, Kim, Jenny, Rodney. Pizza in the Money household. Yeah, bought pizza in the Money household too, so I don't even have to do anything except hand the cash over. Breakfast for you, Lisa. Yeah, well, you can have pizza for breakfast. I've done that before. Bye, Di. Bye, Susie. All right, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you all later. Bye.